Hello, my name is Anthony. Welcome to training for the Customer Cloud, Meter Solution Cloud, and Work and Asset Cloud in Oracle Utilities SaaS Cloud Solutions. In this session, we'll talk about improvements to the to-do functionality in Oracle Utilities SaaS Cloud Solutions. For the enhancements covered in this training, we'll give you an overview, followed by more detail to explain how to use them and what business value they bring. Then we'll walk you through a demonstration. Next, we'll explain what you need to consider before enabling these features in your business and what you need to know to set them up. One of the most important features of the service is to-do maintenance. To-dos are manual tasks related to automated business processes that need human intervention, whether that is due to an unresolved error, interactivity, or confirmation process. In this release, we have implemented two features to improve the effectiveness and efficiency of managing these to-do records. Firstly, we have introduced a new and improved to-do entry maintenance capability to improve the way users interact with individual to-do entries. Lastly, we have introduced a new dashboard to allow individual users to focus on outstanding work using analytics. One of the major activities users perform in the product is the management of work that requires manual intervention, which is communicated via the to-do object. To streamline this capability, a number of key changes have been introduced. A new user interface has been built to help optimize the experience and reduce user confusion. This new user interface is consistent with the rest of the product to help maximize effectiveness through consistency. The interface has been simplified to reduce misconceptions and manual errors when dealing with to-do work. Given the diverse nature of this type of work expressed by the to-do object, the interface will react dynamically to show the varied levels of details depending on the type of work to perform. This enhancement is integrated with enhancements in past releases to improve the effectiveness and reduce costs. An example of this is the integration with the enhanced to-do search implemented in previous releases. The implementation of the improved to-do entry maintenance capability is primarily to help reduce cost and risk through consistent and improving usability, whilst helping companies streamline their to-do maintenance processes. This demonstration will show you how the to-do entry maintenance enhancements can be used by your business. Welcome to the improved to-do maintenance demonstration. Once the to-do entry search has been chosen from the to-do menu or the menu search, the default search for the user is displayed. This search can use the to-do type or the to-do identifier for filters using the search via the drop-down. This search is a simple to-do search to complement the extensive search added in the previous releases. You can create a manual to-do from the add function or using the to-do entry add menu option directly. When creating a to-do using this method, you're presented with a wizard to select the to-do type first. This is to use to dynamically adjust the screen. And invoke the relevant population algorithms. In this demonstration, I'll create a simple help ticket. As you can see, for the algorithm's pre-populated characteristics, I can actually determine which role, as the system will automatically determine that. I can override that. I can also override the priority, as you can see, directly, manually. Once saved, the to-do function will display the information in the new portal. Note, the screen of the contents will vary according to the to-do type configured. So as you can see, the main information is about the to-do is displayed, as well as the actions, and that will depend. These buttons will depend on the status of the to-do and the to-do type. I can see the detailed record information, including the to-do ID here, as well as the sort keys, which are used for portals and zones. You can also see the characteristics that I added are actually also documented here. Finally, you can add log. You can look at log entries for the to-dos, and you can actually manually add a log entry from the maintenance from here. Going back to the search, I can now find the to-do entries that I've added. Thank you very much. One of the most important aspects of managing to-dos is the ability to determine the scope of outstanding work. To help manage this work, a new dashboard has been introduced with multiple dimensions to allow an individual user to focus on key outstanding work. The dashboard has a number of zones with different dimensions on outstanding to-dos, including by roles assigned to the user, status of the to-do, excluding any completed work, their assigned priority, relative age of the entries, and the type of work. As with most dashboards, the user can click on the relevant part of any graph to broadcast filters across other zones. This allows the user to interactively alter the information to provide lower levels of focus. In some of the zones, it's possible to see the data using alternative visualizations and also see the raw data that makes up the graph. The intent of the To-Do dashboard is to allow individual users to focus upon outstanding work using a number of dimensions to help scope work for managing to-do entries more effectively. This capability allows for analysis by role, state, priority, age, and a type to provide finer-grained analysis focus. This demonstration will show how the To-Do dashboard enhancement can be used by your business. Welcome to the To-Do dashboard demonstration. Once the To-Do dashboard has been chosen from the To-Do menu or via the search, the default dashboard for the user is displayed, example of which is shown at the moment. All the information on this dashboard is about the to-do entries for the to-do roles and related to-do types the user has access to that are in a non-final state. The dashboard has zones relating to this non-final state, to-dos, by the following dimensions. To-do role, which is the role that the user has been allocated to, or the roles that their user has been allocated to. The status of the to-do entries, again reminding you that this is non-final statuses only. The relative priority of the to-do entries. This graph is organized by the number of to-dos, not the priority itself. The age of the to-dos in the configured age buckets. And lastly, there's a zone breaking down the scope by the type of to-dos. As with visualizations, some of the zones have alternative ways of displaying the information. This includes non-visual representations for accessibility purposes. Clicking on any of the graphs will broadcast that information to the other zones. And as the zones are reset, the new filters are displayed as shown. You can reset the filters using the reset function or using the clear filters function from the menu. To clear a specific filter, select the zone that has the filter, in this case days old, and hit the reset button. You can combine broadcasts from any combination of zones to further focus the work down and get appreciation of the scope of the to-dos. If you need to reset the complete graph, it is recommended to load from the menu option to reset multiple dimensions simultaneously. Thank you very much. In this implementation advice section, we'll go through what you need to consider before enabling these features in your business and what you need to know to set them up. All the features outlined in this session are pre-installed, pre-configured, and are available to all authorized users upon adopting this version. The features outlined in the session have minimal impact on existing capabilities and are implemented as menu options available from the service. The improved to-do entry maintenance options are automatically implemented. They do represent a change of the business process from the original, but should be considered a more efficient implementation of the same principles. Whilst impact to existing processes are minimal, if the screen optimizations are considered substantial enough to warrant the ability to revert back to the originals, please contact support to receive instructions on how to temporarily revert to the older versions of the maintenance capability whilst retraining is organized. The capability is available to all authorized user roles depending on the user groups implemented by the implementation. The following business processes are impacted by the changes implemented in this session. To-do maintenance. The manual to-do entry creation and manual to-do entry maintenance are impacted by the improved to-do entry maintenance feature. To-do dashboard. A new to-do dashboard process is introduced to optionally allow users to assess their outstanding work. This concludes this presentation. Thank you for listening. You can easily pause and rewind any of the slides if you require additional time to take in the detail.